Welcome to Step 5. Connect. This is the most technical step, but I'll walk you through it. You'll link your AI automation to SellerShorts so we can send buyer inputs to your webhook and receive results back. Before we start, make sure you have, number 1, your AI agent built and ready in N8N, Make.com, or any automation platform that accepts webhook post requests. Number 2, your webhook URL, the HTTPS endpoint where we'll send user data. Number 3, your API keys or authentication tokens to secure your webhook endpoint. First, you'll see the integration type section. Currently, only webhook post request is available. This means we'll send data to your endpoint using HTTPS post requests with JSON payloads. Your webhook must accept post requests, use HTTPS, accept JSON, and be publicly accessible. Next is endpoint configuration. This is where you paste your webhook URL. This is the field where we'll connect your automation platform to SellerShorts. For this entire video, we'll be using N8N as an example to show you how everything works. But you can follow along with any other AI agent builder you're using, as long as it can accept webhook post requests. The process is very similar across different platforms. In the next step, we'll show you exactly how to get this webhook URL from N8N. Now let's get your webhook URL from N8N. In your N8N workflow, create a webhook node. You can find it in the trigger nodes section. Once you add the webhook node, make sure the HTTP method is set to post. This is important because SellerShorts will send post requests to your webhook. Here in the webhook URLs section, you'll see your webhook URL. You'll notice there are 2 tabs, Test URL and Production URL. If your workflow is active, use the production URL. If you're still testing your workflow, use the test URL. You can click the copy button next to the URL to copy it. This is the URL you'll paste back into SellerShorts in the endpoint configuration field. One important reminder, make sure to use your live or active production URL before you submit your AI short for approval. The test URL won't work for real user orders. Now for authentication headers. This is crucial for security. You need to add at least one authentication header so your webhook can verify that requests are legitimate. These are your service's API keys. When SellerShorts sends data to your webhook, we'll include these headers so your agent can verify the request is from us. Here are the most common patterns you can use: X API key, authorization, or XAuth token. To add a header, enter the header name in the first field. For example, authorizations. Then enter your API key in the header value field. Click Add Header. You'll see it appear in your list. The value will be masked for security. You can add multiple headers if needed. In the next step, we'll show you how to get these keys from N8N as an example. In your N8N webhook node, scroll down to the Authentication section. You'll see a drop-down menu. Select Header Auth from the options. This is where you'll configure your authentication header. Click on Header Auth account to configure it. In the modal that opens, enter the name field. This is your header name, like authorizations. Finally, enter the value field. This is your actual API key or token. Click Save. Now copy the header name and value, and paste them into the SellerShorts authentication header section. This will authenticate the request and make sure it's legitimate. Now for callback URL. This is how your automation sends results back to us. When your AI short finishes processing, your automation posts results to our callback URL, and we deliver them to the buyer. This is how buyers receive their results. You'll see a callback URL displayed here. This is our endpoint where you send results. Copy this URL to use in your automation when you're ready to send results back. When sending results back, you must include a required header. The header name is xCallbackSecret, and the value is your secret key. This header verifies that the request is from your automation. Generate a secret key below and include it in your HTTP request header when sending results back. We'll show you how to generate this secret key in the next step. In the Callback Secret section, you can generate a secret key. Click Generate to create a new secret. Once generated, copy the secret value. You'll need to include it as header xCallbackSecret when posting to the callback URL. This secret key will be saved with your AI short when you submit. Without the callback and this secret, buyers never receive their results. In the next step, we'll show you exactly where to use this key when sending back the result to us in N8N. In your N8N workflow, add an HTTP request node at the end. This node will send results back to us. Place it after your automation finishes processing. Now configure the HTTP request node. Set the method to post. For the URL, use the callback URL from the Webhook payload. This pulls the callback URL that SellerShorts sent in the Webhook. Then select Authentication and choose Header Auth from the dropdown. Now configure the header auth credential. In the name field, enter X callback secret. In the value field, paste your callback secret that you generated and copied from SellerShorts. This header verifies that the request is legitimate and from your automation. Click Save. Now your workflow is configured to send results back to SellerShorts with the required authentication. If your results include files, there are different methods depending on file size. For files under 4.5 megabytes, use the standard callback method. For files over 4.5 megabytes, use the direct upload method. Different methods are used for different file sizes. Detailed guides are available in the documentation. Tip: for files over 4 megabytes, we recommend sending a shared URL instead. This is more efficient for larger files. Below the callback section, there's an optional polling URL. Only use polling if your platform literally cannot post results back to us. Most sellers use callbacks because they're instant and simpler. If you need polling, enter your status endpoint URL in the form. Make sure to include an order ID placeholder in your URL. We'll replace it with actual order IDs automatically. We check your endpoint every 15 minutes using the authentication headers you configured above. Move next to default payload and custom template. You'll see what we'll send. This shows the exact JSON structure we'll send to your webhook. It includes the order ID, which you'll use when sending results back to the callback URL. The inputs object contains all the input field values buyers provided. The callback URL shows where to send results. And input files is an array of uploaded files, if any. This preview updates based on your input fields from step 2, so you can see exactly what data structure you'll receive. You'll also see API version set to 2. This is automatically included by SellerShorts in the Webhook payload. You can't ignore it. However, if you want to use the advanced version 2 format for multiple outputs in your callback, you must include API version 2 in your callback payload. For standard callbacks, you don't need to include it. And lastly, you'll also see Short ID. This is your AI Shorts ID. It's automatically included by SellerShorts in the Webhook payload. You don't need to do anything with it or include it in your callback. You can ignore this field. Below that, there's an advanced section for custom payload template. This is optional. Only use this if your platform requires a different JSON structure than our default. Examples include OpenAI, Dialogflow, or Vertex AI. If you use a custom template, you must test it thoroughly. Check your platform's webhook logs for errors to make sure it accepts your format. For placeholders, inputs don't need quotes, but system fields like order ID and callback URL should keep quotes. Most sellers don't need this. Our default format works with N8N, Make.com, and most platforms. Only customize if your platform specifically requires a different format. Now for the most important part, webhook connection test. This is required, and you must pass this test before you can continue. Before testing, make sure your webhook URL is accurate and your authentication headers are correct. Click Test Connection to send a sample request to your webhook. This test verifies that your webhook receives our request and accepts it. If you see connection successful, congratulations. We reached your webhook and it accepted the test payload. That's step 5. You've connected your AI agent to SellerShorts. If you need more detailed help, we have comprehensive guides in our SellerShorts documentation. Visit sellershorts.com/sellerdocs and go to the integration section. There you'll find detailed guides on headers and authentication, callback delivery and payload formats, handling files under or over 4.5 megabytes, setting up polling if your platform doesn't support callbacks, custom payload templates, and test connection troubleshooting. These guides cover everything in detail if you need more information.